What's up, guys? Welcome back to the second of the three tier lists I will be doing this week. Today is Infield. I got some stuff I want to talk about, so I will put a timestamp in the description and set up chapters. So if you guys want to skip to the tier list, if you don't care about this, go ahead. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for all the support. Channel's been going kind of crazy the last few videos last week. So I want to thank you guys for that. It means a lot. Appreciate the support. And the second thing is the coaching. The coaching has been really good so far. Nothing but positive reviews. Been tipped even because they feel like it's such great value for what I'm giving. And a lot of times we do run over the hour. If there's something I can help with, I help with it. I like to think I'm pretty genuine, and I'm here to help people at the end of the day. And that is why the coaching exists. So if you weren't on the fence about that, I would urge you to at least try it out. The weekends do get busy, so if you can fit it in during the week, that would be for the best probably. But there is a priority option if you just can't wait that a lot of people have been taking advantage of. Third and final thing will apply to, I guess, long-term viewers of the channel. I have been offered a sponsorship with a stub selling site. I'm not going to get into details because I don't have any. I haven't communicated with them at all because I'm really on the fence about it. I wanted to field, your guys' opinions on it because I don't really have a problem with it. But if I can't disclose that there's a small chance you could get banned, I can't promote that. If one of you guys got banned for buying stubs, I would feel terrible. I wouldn't lose sleep over it, but I would feel very bad about it. But the value is great. The rates are great on their site. I think it would be beneficial to some of you guys that probably buy stubs. So let me know how y'all feel about that. And without further ado, we're going to get into the tier list. So this is infielders. I didn't put too much thought into it. I went through every position. I looked at secondaries, and I thought if there's... Must have been a different Bob. Or no, it was Bo. If there was a chance they could crack the lineup, I put them in here, right? So there's going to be some very good cards in C tier, in B tier probably. And that's just kind of where we're at. There's been so much content the last week. So let's get into it, right? Adley, S tier. Probably the best catcher in the game. Probably the best first baseman in the game. And probably has an argument for being the best DH in the game. This card's phenomenal. His swing is really good. He's got quirks, I believe. He's great. He's great. Soriano, the swing's pretty bad. So I'm going to put him B tier. I think the influx of second basemen that we've gotten the last few weeks is crazy. So many good options at second base. So many meta options at second base. We got second baseman with great defense, with great power, with good swings. And Soriano has a decent amount of that, but not all of that. Austin Riley, this card's disgusting. I don't know if anybody has got him yet or if he's not even available yet, but that card's pretty nasty. Looks insane. Same for Bo. I think Bo's a top-tier option at shortstop. I think he looks really good. His swing's really good. The only problem is his defense, and on this card, his defense is pretty good. So he looks very good. Brandon Crawford, I'd still probably rather have at second base over Soriano, but he is, tiptoeing with B tier. Buck O'Neil, I know a lot of people like. I need a power bat at first base. If I square up a ball and it doesn't go with him, all I'm going to be thinking about is the power not being there. And I don't really like his swing too much. Correa has fallen a little bit. I believe he was S tier before when he was one of the better options at short and third. He is no longer one of the better options at those two positions. Utley, same as Soriano. These are very similar players, and there's going to be quite a few of those cookie-cutter second basemen that we did have that were top of the line that just aren't anymore. Chipper is still S tier. I put him here. I put him on the list. You may be thinking, oh, he's a set one card. He would be my number one wild card option. He should be pretty much everybody's number one wild card option. Unless for some reason you were just awful with him, then I guess don't do that. But for me, he's by far the best wild card option. I could do a video on that, but I don't think there's too much debate around it. Seager, said it in the past, say it again. Very similar card to Brandon Crawford. They do about the same things as one another. I don't know if Brandon Crawford gets the Ripken boost. I know Seager does, so maybe that's a reason why you would run one over the other. Right, I really want to put in A tier, but I'm going to give him S. He's basically just slightly better Derek Jeter, but still don't love him. He has not performed how I was hoping he would for me. Jeter, I'm going to put A tier. I think he's still a good option, right? He still gives you a lot of good stuff, just lacks some power. Don't absolutely love his swing, but I think he is still a good option. Just I don't know why you would do live series at this point in the year when there's other cards like this available. And you've seen it, right? It's not that hard to get a Jeter level shortstop at this point. Core isn't really an argument anymore. It's kind of easy to get a Jeter level shortstop. Eddie Escobar, if you guys have never used a Eduardo Escobar card, not only can he play everywhere in the infield, his swing is phenomenal. Always one of the best switch hitting swings in the game. I think it's better than Lindor. I think it's better than Marte. He had a Topps Now card last year that was disgusting. This one's very good. I don't know if he's B tier. He might drop to C. But the quality of players on this list is just so high. I think Elias Diaz I have to put in A because, in my opinion, the other two catchers we have are both S tier. I think he's just a little bit worse than both of them, but he is right on the cusp of making S tier. Ellie has an argument for being the best player in the game right now. No quirks hurts him a little bit when you compare him to a switch hitter like Adley, but the absolute elite defense at a position where defense really matters, and just 99 speed cannot be underestimated. Frank Thomas, I think, is still one of your better first base options. It's kind of a position that has gotten a little thin recently because of the departures of guys like Babe Ruth and stuff. So he is one of the better options there. This Hank Thompson, I believe, can play like third and second or something. I thought he looked really good. I can't really justify where he comes from. I believe it's the BR Flawless pack. In relation to those other cards, I don't know if he's that good, but he is all right. Hap from the events, I think, is a step above like Soriano and Utley at second base, but the power really hurts him. Against one side, there's just a good chance you're going to square a ball up and it's not going to go. But I know his swing is elite. I know he plays good defense, being an outfielder that plays second base. So I do like him. I think he's a little overpriced, but if you guys want to go grind out 30 event wins, he is available that way. Kinsler is another one of these cookie cutter second basemen I was talking about. These are just basically all the same card, slightly different swings. Kinsler probably has the best swing out of them. Jackie is a card I would take over all of them for sure. I always love the way Jackie plays. I think I'm going to put him in A tier. I know he has a little less pop than some of these guys, but Jackie always plays great for me, and I always really like the way he does play. Mauer was the other catcher at S tier I alluded to. I don't know why you would run him over Adley with low-key, like kind of how easy it is to get Adley. If you just knock out Team Affinity, you've pretty much got him. But Mauer is a good option if you want to buy him, or if you want to play like Adley at first base and play Mauer at catcher. That's an option also. This Joey Gallo, All-Star Demon card. If you're somebody that plays on Hall of Fame without a chance of ever being on Legend, if you don't let the rating slider get that big, and you can give this Gallo a boost, or if you are somebody that just plays on All-Star, this Gallo is going to be great for you at first or third. So that's a good option. This Jonah Heim, for where he comes from, is awful. I can't believe that guy is a 12-0 card. This Polanco, for his time, was really good when he came out. There's really no point in running him anymore, so I'm going to knock him for that. Don't think he's very good there. Altuve was kind of a card I slept on. It's fun to hate on Astros players, but he is very similar to Jackie, just plays worse defense and has worse speed. But these cards are pretty similar, honestly. Kind of surprised me how good this Altuve was looking back at it. But this is why they're all irrelevant. J-Ram, If you guys have not done Team Affinity, I will link my Team Affinity video in the top right. I don't know why you wouldn't go do it. You get 99 J-Ram, who is probably the best second baseman in the game right now, and you get Adley, who is the best first baseman / catcher in the game right now. I mean, that is a steal for going out and knocking out Team Affinity, even if the mini seasons are a little broke at the moment. Josh Donaldson is still a top tier pick at third base. He is my third baseman until I get Austin Riley. This card is still very good, and if you've put a lot of mileage on this card and he is one of your better hitters, there's really no reason to replace him at the moment. Josh Jung looks good on paper. I got a feeling his swing's probably a little bit bad, but on paper, he's an A-tier card. He's a good option at third, and he looks really solid. Schwarber is similar to this Elias Diaz. Doesn't have the contacts, so he's probably going to bat for a lower batting average, but I would bet you their OPS will be about the same if you use both of these for the same amount of time. The Schwarber's going to hit nukes. He has a great swing every year. Has catcher secondary, so that's where his real value is. It's not necessarily in the outfield. It is a catcher. Basically a left-handed Jimmy Fox if you really think about it. So this Schwarber's really good. Larry Doby can play second. I do not think he is by any means a top tier option there. If you are running a pretty bad second baseman, I think he can probably fit in your lineup. But if you're running one of these guys, he is not better than these guys, C tier. Which is not bad for these Team Affinity cards. You don't see many of them on the list for me right now, and that's because they're not. I don't think they're that good. This Semien is probably one of the more slept-on cards in the game. Give him the Ripken boost. I can guarantee you he is S tier. Even without it, he is probably still low S tier, high A tier. I mean, this card is absolutely nasty. I love Semien every year. Love his swing. Ever since he got that Lightning card like 2 years ago, I want to say, MLB 21, I have loved Semien. I think this card is so good. Maxed out defense. He's kind of fast. Great contact numbers, good power numbers, good quirks. I mean, this card is nasty. Can play second and third at an extremely high level. I don't know what more you could want other than a switch hitter like J-Ram. Holiday, I think he's still all right at first base. I think he has a decent amount of value at first base. If you're comparing him to Frank Thomas, it's negligible. One of these is like $250K last time I checked. The other one's 20. So, he has a little bit of a nasty leg kick. I don't really like his swing too much. But for 20K, you're not going to do much better at first base. Matt Olson, this is an all-star demon card. The contact against lefties is just too low. He's going to struggle on Hall of Fame against good opponents, and he's going to struggle on Legend, period. So maybe if you can find the right captain boost to kind of get that up a little bit, maybe he would be a little more usable. I'm sure he probably has decent clutch numbers, I would imagine. 106 clutch, so, that is decent enough. Say you give him the Ripken boost, he gets to I think 95, 100. If you can get him to 100 contact left, I think he's fine to play on Hall of Fame. But without the boost, I can't really see it. This Mookie, I just put on here because I think he's good value at second base. It's a high-power second baseman, something you don't find too much of, and for his price, you can't really beat it too much. Musial, I think, is S tier at first base. I think he is the de facto best first baseman in the game if you don't play these guys at their secondaries, obviously. But he is basically Babe Ruth with slightly less power. So if you liked Babe, you'll probably like Stan. I don't know how many people took him when there was so much hype around Nolan Ryan being good, but that's what he is. Vlad is basically the alternative to Stan, right-handed Stan, kind of. More power, slightly less contact. Definitely better than Frank, I think. Frank might have him beat on swing, but I believe Vlad has some hitting quirks. If he doesn't, then it's fine. He's already got max power. It would only help his contact anyway. This Willie Adames is a very slept-on card. Do we have many other shortstops here? Like 2, probably. I think he's comparable to them. Both of them are probably better than Willie. I'm going to give him B tier. There's no other shortstops in B tier. So I think that is good. I like to swing on his WBC card. So I think this one is by default pretty good. I think he gives you a lot of good stuff. I'm sure he's not that fast, if I remember right. 62 speed, that is kind of, but 92 reaction, he should get to a decent amount of stuff. A little bit low contact against lefties, great against righties, and just phenomenal power numbers and great clutch. This card slept on. Like, he's pretty good. Similar to real life Willy Adames, just a really good player that a lot of people look over. Wyatt Langford, this guy can play third. He is pretty solid there. His stats look decent. I don't know about his swing necessarily. I would say average contacts, pre-average power, pre-average fielding, and pre-average speed for a third baseman. So he is just pretty much your average third baseman. For that reason, I'm going to knock him. I don't think he competes with Jung, who hits better against lefties, slightly worse against righties. Probably hits for better power overall, has very similar clutch, it's very similar fielding, and is a little bit slower. If you ask me to pick between the two, I would take Jung. He's a free card, whereas a Wyatt Langford is not. And then you got Yandy. I don't really rate Yandy's swing like that. I don't think it's absolutely like top tier elite. But those contact numbers are. He is what Buck O'Neil kind of wishes he was. A little bit less speed than Buck, significantly worse fielding than Buck. But look at the quirks. You got dead red, you got unfazed, you got situational. Are the big ones. But I mean, he is going to rake. If you do like Yandy's swing, this card is absolutely disgusting. He can also play second and third and left field. For the versatility alone, he's up there. You can make the argument for him being an extremely good second baseman. I think I would not play him there with some of these other options like Bo, Simeon, Jose, Ellie, Austin Riley at third. I think all those cards are better, but in general, he is very good at first base, which is where I would probably keep him. So this is the infield tier list. Sure, I might have missed some players, but if a player caught my eye and I thought there was ever a chance of them playing in the lineup, I put them in here. Obviously, no wild card options other than Chipper, because I think he is the de facto best wild card you can possibly pick. But in general, that is the tier list. I tried to keep it to a minimum. Tried to make this kind of a quick video. And if this was helpful for you guys, feel free to like and subscribe. And give me your opinions, right? Give me your opinions on the stub sponsor. Is that something I should look into or not? And until next time, guys, peace.